The day to night transitions are nice and smooth. I mean, seriously, it's a big improvement over Simon's Quest, where a fucking box appears and it interrupts the gameplay. Damn, Freddy's got a lot of fucking bones. And they all look exactly the same. Classic cartoon dog bone. You know, come to think of it, the plot's kind of like Simon's Quest. Why would Simon want to go around collecting pieces of Dracula? He was killed the first time. Just leave him alone.
There's no reason to talk to anybody. It's like in Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. The whole game is full of people who tell you things that don't make any sense or have any relevance with the game. For example, this old woman tells you not to look into the Death Star or you'll die. Well, the Death Star is nowhere in the game. Both of these games were released in 1988. Stumbled onto some area where there's no door, there's no icon or anything to let you know that anything's there. You just gotta take a shitty guess, like in Simon's Quest, where you kneel down in that corner waiting for the tornado to take you away. Why does Bubbles have to lead you around? While this is happening, there's no enemies to fight. There's nothing. You're just walking to the boss. There's no purpose at all. It's like in Simon's Quest when you're walking through Dracula's castle and there's no enemies or obstacles. You just walk down steps and keep on going till you get there. You have no choice but to just blindly shoot bubbles at everything you see. And you know what that's like? Yeah, you do. That's like in Simon's Quest where you have to throw holy water at everything. What's the point? When you beat the boss, an orb comes down. What is this, Castlevania? Do I gotta throw an oak stake at it? Where did it go? Who knows? Who cares? This game is a lot like Milon's Secret Castle and Simon's Quest, because the whole thing is about secrets. In order to access certain parts of the game, you have to jump into walls. Who would think to do that? It's like in Simon's Quest where you have to kneel down by the wall, holding a red crystal, and wait for a tornado to come. Okay, well maybe it's not that cryptic.
And if I know I already have footage of the Terminator game, or whatever it is I'm looking for, then I'll bring up this list I have here, and this is my archives. This is all the game footage I have recorded. Just goes on and on and on. So this could take forever to find it. But it is very time consuming, and fortunately I have not done that very often. If I want to take a clip from a previous nerd episode, like Simon's Quest for the 9 millionth time, I can go on one of my hard drives.
The sky changes all kinds of weird colors like purple and red. But at least it's not like Simon's Quest with the fucking box that appears in the air and interrupts the damn game. This should not be a guessing game where I have to jump everywhere to make sure there's no fucking blocks. Again, it's like Simon's Quest where you have to throw the holy water everywhere just to make sure there's no invisible holes. Devices like this, but most of them died out when Game Boy became popular. Tiger, on the other hand, continued well into the 90s. Every step you take, the game pauses and another text box comes up. It's like Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, but multiplied 1,000 times. It's like they took the most annoying part of one game and made it the whole game 20 years later. This game is so recent, it came out after I already critiqued Simon's Quest. Couldn't anybody learn? I was already 11 episodes in by the time this shit hit the market in October 2006. What's this? A tornado? Or the Tasmanian fucking devil? If there's a tornado coming through town, I think the residents have bigger issues than not getting their papers. Can't I take the day off if there's a fucking tornado warning? Maybe it's Simon Belmont. You didn't know that. After he used the tornado, he had to pass through Paperboy before he reached the other side. Want to play Power Rangers on Sega CD? Just watch the show while playing Simon Says. At least it's not Simon's Quest. Starts throwing power-ups, but you're only able to collect the power-ups specific to your wrestler. $1 Million Man has dollar signs, Andre the Giant has what looks like big-ass hams, and Hulk Hogan gets crosses? Who the fuck does he think he is, Simon Belmont? I guess it's because Hulk always said to say your prayers and eat your vitamins, but still kind of weird. Then there's a secret entrance that you have to access by standing behind a waterfall. You're supposed to stand still and wait. This is very similar to the tornado in Simon's Quest, which I've referenced 1,000 times, but that's nothing. You only have to wait about 5 seconds. But you want to know how long you have to wait here? Maybe none of my business, but don't you think it would be a good idea if you took a break? Don't you think it'd be a good idea to go fuck yourself? This game is all about interruptions. Again, seemingly using Simon's Quest as the model. Looks like they took the picture with a Polaroid, then photocopied it 50 times. And the covers are usually just the box art from whatever game they're covering. Sometimes they're all over the place. Where's the barrel? Where is the fucking barrel? You're gonna take the barrel? Just because the day changed? That's worse than Simon's Quest. Imagine if in Simon's Quest, every time it changes, it restarts whatever task you're working on. I will go back to playing bad games, but for this occasion, let's think outside the toilet bowl. It's definitely not the first time. A while ago, I made a Castlevania retrospective, which was also a Konami franchise. Some speculate that the reason they couldn't call it Dracula, or chose not to, was because of Konami having already established such a well-known franchise with the character. I mean, it's so famous, I don't even think I need to say the name of this franchise, but I will. But it takes 2 combos to drain only half of 1 crystal. Half! You know what? Fuck this game. This is one of the most deceivingly shitty games I've ever played because it's almost awesome. It has a great style in that Castlevania sort of way. But let's not say Castlevania because it only makes me wish I was playing Castlevania. The first big fuckle happens when you run into these smashing pillars right out of Castlevania. Well, Contra had them too, but see, I thought of Castlevania first because this game ain't Contra.